If you're trying to gain weight, lose weight, or even just maintain your weight, and you want to know a simple way to measure your food and track your progress, then stay watching this video. I'm going to share with you a very simple way that you can apply today. And this video is going to be short and sweet and straight to the point. Now, in my previous videos, I talked about energy balance. Now, if this is the first time that you watch my video, I'm just going to explain it very quickly. So energy balance, basically it means that we get energy from food, yeah? So each food has a specific amount of energy that it will give us. Now, if we eat more energy than the amount of energy that we're burning every day, then we're gonna gain weight. So if we eat less energy than the amount of energy that we're burning every day, then we're gonna lose weight. That's why people who eat too much and they don't move their body, they gain weight. Okay, so that's just to keep it simple, and that's called energy balance. Now, if you're someone that's dealing with hormonal imbalances, then this is a different case. We will still pay attention to calories, but we're also going to pay attention to many different factors, and then people need to approach it a little bit differently, okay? So if you're not dealing with any hormonal imbalances, PCOS, insulin resistance, thyroid issues, then this will apply to anyone who's just not dealing with anything and they're just generally healthy and they're not having any hormonal balances or any health conditions, then this is the basic information, okay, about energy balance and how to track your progress. So now, usually I would recommend the people that I'm coaching in my program that they use the application and they track their progress, okay? How do they do that? They weigh their food, they put the foods in there, and the app will tell them how much carbs is in there, how much fats, how much protein, how many calories have they been eating throughout their day, okay? And it's a very easy tool that anyone can learn how to do. Now, if someone has eating disorders or dysmorphia, or they're having issues with their body, body image and stuff, I wouldn't recommend them doing that because it can have a negative impact on them, okay? But if someone doesn't have any issues, I tell them, listen, this is a great tool for you to use, not long term, just for a couple of weeks until you understand the concept of it. Why? Because that will give them the flexibility long term to be able to make decisions on their own. Now, if someone hands you a diet, you're going to follow that diet. But what happens now? The diet is done. You don't have a trainer. You don't have a coach. You're traveling. What are you going to do then? You're going to be like, oh my God, I don't know what to do now. I don't have a diet. I don't have a food plan. So that's why I encourage them to learn a little bit and to apply these things for a couple of weeks, because then they're going to understand. They're going to be like, wow, I didn't realize how much fat was in that food. I didn't realize how little I was eating, or I didn't realize how a lot I was eating. You know what I mean? So this is like a wake-up call for people, because then they're like, whoa. Then they take it seriously. They're like, okay, now I understand why I need to eat this much. Or now I understand why I should be removing those foods from my food plan. You know what I mean? So this is just for them to have a wake-up call and understand and have that flexibility. But not everyone wants to learn. Not everyone wants to be able to learn, use the app or weigh their food. And that's totally fine. Everyone has different goals, and that's cool. That's why today I want to share with you this simple, tool that you can apply every day, okay? So let's say now we have different macros, okay? So we have different kind of foods. So we have our protein, which is going to be like our fish, our meat, our eggs, our chicken. These are proteins. Then you have your carbohydrates. So you have many different carbohydrates, but I just want to keep this simple, okay? Because you have carbs that are in vegetables, you have them in fruits, and then we have our starchy carbohydrates, but let's keep it simple. Let's say your carbohydrates are going to be your potato, your sweet potato, your beans, your lentils, your quinoa, your hummus, your rice, okay? These are all carbohydrates. Then you have your vegetables, okay? And then you have your fats. Your fats are going to be like your avocado, your nuts, your oils, your olive oil, your butter, your ghee. What else? Those are your fats. Olives, okay? Those are fats. So we need to have a specific amount of each in our meal to keep it simple, okay? Now, there are many different diets, and there's not one diet that fits all, okay? I just want you to understand that. Everyone has different preferences, and the body adapts to everything. Some people, they thrive off of high carb, low fat. Some people thrive off of high fat, low carb. Some on protein, some are vegan, some are vegetarian, some are pescatarians where they thrive off of fish. And that's totally fine. If you look at different parts of the world, people eat differently. Some, they thrive off of, vegetables and carbs, and some on nuts and seeds. And that's totally fine, okay? But let's say you're eating a generally balanced diet. and you want to know how much to have of each and how to measure it in a simple way. So we're going to talk now about protein, okay? So if you're a female, you are going to eat, you see the palm? The palm size is going to be your protein, okay? So if your chicken is going to be that much, your meat is going to be that much, your fish is going to be that much. If you're a male, you're always going to eat double. Now, after I'm done with this, I'm also going to explain about the energy balance, okay? But in the beginning, let's just understand now portions. That's going to be your protein in each meal if you eat 3 meals a day. So this is, we're talking 3 meals a day. So breakfast is going to be that much, okay? So that's going to be like what, 2 eggs, okay? Your lunch is going to be your chicken, for an example. Now, your carbohydrates, your rice, your potato, how much did you have? Now, I want you to fold your hand a little bit, like a little cup, like that, folding. That's going to be your carbs. So the rice is going to fit into there. Not open, fold it a little because you're having it 3 times a day. So you don't want too much, okay? So that's going to be your carbohydrates. Now your vegetables are going to be your fist, okay? And then your fats are going to be the size of your thumb. So let's say, for an example, olive oil. If you look at it, that's going to be like a tablespoon of olive oil, okay? So if you want feta cheese on top of your salad, for an example, you're going to have the crumbles of that. Now, let's say you want olive oil and you want feta cheese. So you want to cook your chicken with olive oil and you want to add a little cheese on top. So then it's going to be half the thumb and then a little bit of feta cheese, okay? Let's say you're like, you know what, but I love having more olive oil, or I love having more dairy. So what you can do, let's say you say, okay, I want 2 meals a day. So you can double it up and have it in 1 meal if you want, instead of having 3 meals a day. But this is to understand how much portions you should have, okay? Now for the man, it's going to be the same thing, but everything is going to be double. So what do you do if you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, or maintain your weight? Now, you do this method, okay? And of course, you try to move your body. I encourage people not to eat less. I always encourage people to move their body. You don't have to go to the gym and kill it if you don't want to. It's great to do resistance training, but just move your body. It will help speed all of the systems in your body up, which will make you feel good and help you burn fat and stay lean long term, okay? But just to keep it simple, let's not move on to that topic, okay? So, what was I going to say right now? I was going to say something. Oh, yeah. So if you're maintaining your weight, losing weight, or gaining weight, how do you know how much to eat? So now you apply this method. Weigh yourself, let's say 1 week or 2 weeks, just to make sure. Weigh yourself. First weigh yourself in the beginning, then weigh yourself after. I know I don't recommend people using a scale to determine their goals, but in the beginning, just to see if you're going in the right direction, okay? So you weigh yourself. If you're trying to lose weight, and you see the scale, you say, okay, no, I'm actually gaining weight. Then maybe you're eating too much right now because you're not moving your body as much, so you can't eat that much right now. So then you lessen it a little bit, or you go move your body and you burn more energy, okay, until your body speeds up its metabolism where it will start burning more, okay? That's why when you work out, you'll be able to burn more, okay? So if you're trying to gain weight, you apply the method, you weigh yourself, you're like, I'm still the same weight. Now you increase it. You keep increasing it slowly. You never want to increase and you never want to decrease too much too fast. You always want the body to adapt to the process. For the body to adapt and for you to adapt so you don't go crazy, okay? So if you're someone who's been eating chips and this and that, you don't want to all of a sudden eat salmon and vegetables, because eventually after a couple days your body will go crazy because it was expecting such high calorie meal and so much energy, and now all of a sudden you cut it all in half. So that's why you always want to gradually. If you're the type of person who's been drinking soda every day with chips, then just cut the soda out or lessen the amount of soda and slowly get into it, okay? Before you do anything drastic and just go, I'm going to go all healthy right now and just do what she said in the video, okay? So that's what you do. You keep tracking your progress because you never know how much you're burning, and everyone is burning differently according to the amount of activity that they're doing. Sometimes you're doing a lot, sometimes you're doing a little. So it's always important to track yourself and see, where are you at? Do you need to eat less? Do you need to eat more? Okay? So it's always good to keep on going and checking on yourself, because it will change and your body will change. So it's always important not to always weigh yourself, but to track your progress. All right, so I really hope this video was short, sweet, and simple and to the point. If there's any questions that you have, please leave it in the comment below. I love hearing your feedback. And if there's anything that you would like me to talk about in my next videos, please let me know in the comments below. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.